Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Marcus from Ventura Tech, and today we are taking a look at this Hohem ISteady M7, or what I like to call it, the Gimbal of Freedom. Now why that name? It's because finally we have a gimbal that offers true freedom. Hardware-based human and object tracking with no app at all. Whether you're using iPhone or Android, Blackmagic, TikTok, this thing just works. There's no more compatibility headaches, there's no restrictions, it's just creative freedom. Out of all these Hohem gimbals, the M7 is the most technologically advanced gimbal Hohem has ever made. Basically the V3 and the M6 having a baby, popping out the M7. The gimbal itself weighs about 629 grams and it supports up to 500 grams, which means it will cover any modern smartphone such as my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, it's a little old, any foldable phones, even my iPhone 15 Pro Max with a lens attachment on it. Powering it is a 3200 mAh battery that gives you up to 12 hours of use, or around 8 hours if you're using the AI tracking the whole time. Now let's talk about the fun stuff. This gimbal is packed. You get a 1.4-inch detachable OLED touchscreen remote that doubles as a live monitor. There's also a 2-watt RGB plus CCT fill light with adjustable brightness and color temperature. And of course, it runs on Hohem's latest ISteady 9.0 stabilization algorithm, so your footage will stay buttery smooth. Motor-wise, it's got a 360 degrees rotation on the pan axis and 325 degrees on the tilt axis. So when you combine it with the built-in 193mm selfie stick, you can get some serious dynamic shots, you can get jib shots, overhead, underslung. Basically, the sky is the limit. The M7 has a clean, professional look with a matte black finish that feels just as good as it looks. It's solid in the hand with enough weight to feel stable but not overly bulky. The built-in selfie stick blends seamlessly into the body, adding functionality without looking janky. You've also got 3 standard 1/4-inch 20 tripod mounts, perfect for attaching a light, microphone, or even a mini monitor without needing extra adapters. It's a versatile design that looks professional on set and still feels right at home in your palms. On to the setup. It is super quick and easy. All you have to do is screw on the included tripod, mount your phone, balance the roll axis, power it on, and that's pretty much it. You can, and it is recommended for you to do a calibration. However, I'm lazy. I literally balanced the phone on the gimbal, turned it on, and started using it, and I still got some really great results. So technically, with the M7, you get 6 shooting modes. However, you can only choose 4 of them directly from the remote setting menu. You get pan follow, tilt follow, POV, and custom. Now for the others, you will need to use button combos. Hold down the trigger to lock all axes, that is your all lock mode. If you double click and hold the trigger down, you'll enter sports mode, which is basically POV mode on crack. The motor becomes super responsive and is perfect for smooth, fast action shots. You can also access the ultra wide mode from the scenarios menu or by pressing the trigger 4 times quickly. Inside that menu is also where you can find the rotation mode, aka the Inception mode. At the end of the day, if you add everything up, you're actually working with 8 cinematic modes. There's tons of flexibility and functionality packed into one gimbal. I'll be remiss if we do not talk about this 1.4-inch detachable OLED remote. It's a total game changer and the latest and greatest by Hohem. It powers on automatically when you snap it onto the gimbal, and it connects to your phone via Bluetooth. Now from there, you can trigger the camera, you can start tracking, you can change gimbal modes, all without ever touching your phone. Now just a heads up, if you want to zoom or switch between front or rear cameras, you will need to use the Hohem app. Unfortunately, those specific features do not work with the native camera app. The transmission range is about 10 meters. However, in my test, even when it's under power lines, the range can go much further than that. I mean, I'm about 50 feet away, it's fair to say, and it seems to be tracking me just fine. That box is so tiny I can't even see anymore. Tracking is easy. You can either double tap on the screen to start tracking someone or something, or just draw a box around whatever you want to follow. It's super intuitive, and honestly, it feels a lot like how I set tracking on my DJI Mini 3 Pro. Once it locks on, it tracks pretty smoothly most of the time. I did notice a little bit of motor jittering when I'm filming in low light. I think that's because the built-in 2-megapixel tracking camera needs decent lighting in order for it to see properly and stay locked in. For human tracking, it is super impressive. In this clip, it locks onto my son and stayed locked. I even tried to trick it by having him hide behind me, but as soon as he popped back out, the gimbal ignored me and started tracking him right away. Okay, see if I can take over as you. No, it still knows that's you. How does it know? I've always been impressed with Hohem's AI tracking, but this time the tracking algorithm feels like it's the next level. And the great thing about the M7 is that Hohem retained the original gesture control features. So now you have two ways to trigger tracking. One is through gesture just like the M6, and two, you can use the remote. To start tracking, you just need to do the OK sign. To stop tracking, do the stop sign. To me, I like using both gestures and the remote to start tracking. It just depends on the scenario, and I love having the option. Now, speaking of the remote, here's something to keep in mind. Because the AI sensor and the phone camera aren't exactly in the same spot, the image you see on the remote screen might look slightly off-centered. Now, to fix that, you want to calibrate the remote. Just long press on the side button on the remote to bring up the calibration overlay. Then use the joystick to nudge the framing until you see it lines up better. It won't be a perfect match, but it gets you close enough to use the remote screen as a solid reference. All right, let's just say you started tracking, but you want to reframe yourself. How do we do that? On the M6, you would do this gesture right here. On the M7, it's so easy. You just click the side button one time. Your tracker window is going to go from green to yellow. You can now move to a new position. Press the side button one more time to re-engage tracking. Oh, just to let you know, the sensor also has an LED light indicator, which goes from yellow to green depending on what mode you're in. But if you're further away from the gimbal, don't worry, you can also reference the monitor, which will have a green or yellow box around your face. This is super clutch to confirm that the AI is locked onto you. I'm literally this tiny little dot on the screen, and it is tracking me very, very well. Now here's a bright touch, literally. Pun intended. The AI tracker also doubles as a fill light. It clips on magnetically, and Hohem actually improved the design this time with a button release system. LED light also got a bump as well. It went from 1 watt on the M6 to 2 watts on the M7. It's still not crazy bright, but it is adjustable. You can tweak the hue, the brightness, and the color temperature to get just the right look. I mean, this is not going to replace your key light, but for night shots and also adding a little pop on your subject, it's clutch. The easiest way to control the fill light is through the remote. Just head to the roller section, tap the little light bulb icon, and boom, the light is on. From there, you can tweak brightness, switch between RGB and CCT, and dial in your color temperature. It's quick, intuitive, and way better than the old school way of fiddling with the side buttons. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. Honestly, that kind of user-friendly design is a theme throughout the M7. The touchscreen remote just makes everything more accessible and easier to use. Inside the Hohem Studio app, you can do all the usual stuff like update firmware, run calibration, fine-tune motor responsiveness, and things like that. But the app also unlocks a few extra perks. For example, if you're into time lapses, the app actually allows you to record with infinite duration versus the 180-minute limit if you're using your remote to set up. Alright, let's talk about pros and cons and what I love about the M7. Number 1, you're no longer locked in with the Hohem app. You get legit hardware-based tracking for both people and objects. You can use whatever camera app you want and still retain the amazing AI tracking capability. The build is solid and can handle heavier phones up to 500 grams. That's great if you're using heavier phones or if you want to use a lens attachment like this anamorphic lens by Sandmark. Number 3 is the selfie stick with the detachable remote. The selfie stick is high quality, it's solid, and it does not flop around. It gives me a tons of options on shooting angles, and the detachable touchscreen, it gives me full gimbal control even when I'm away from the camera. Number 4 is the fill light. Now this is nothing new, it has become a standard for most flagship gimbals out there. It's not just a gimmick, it's adjustable, it works well in low light, and I love how the gimbal doubles as a power bank. On to the not so good. Number 1, it's chunky. The M7 isn't exactly travel light compared to the Hohem V3. So if you're looking to travel light, this gimbal might feel a little bit much. Number 2 is touchscreen problems. The 1.4-inch touchscreen is super useful, but if you get bigger hands or fat fingers like mine, it can feel a little bit cramped. I find myself accidentally hitting the wrong thing or needing a couple extra taps to select what I want. Number 3, the app. It's okay in the sense that it works great for iPhones, but it's hit or miss on Android. The challenge is that there are so many versions of Android versus on iOS, you only have to develop for iOS, and that's it. But it won't be my first choice when it comes to filming. I always lean towards the Blackmagic app or the native camera app. But isn't that the beauty of this gimbal? It's the fact that you can use any app you want and still get tracking. Alright, number 4, in order for you to go into portrait mode, you will have to power down the gimbal, physically rotate the phone mount, and then turn it back on. It's a little bit cumbersome, it's not the end of the world, but it forces you to decide whether or not you want to shoot vertical or horizontal video before you start shooting. And last but not least, there's no quick release for your phone. Now this one's a little bit bummer. If you look at Insta360 or DJI, there are magnetic quick releases now. If you're deciding between the M6 or the M7, just spend the extra money and get the latest and greatest. So yeah, at $299 is a little bit steep, but it is actually on sale right now for $269, so do check my affiliate link in the description below for the latest prices. If you're a solo shooter or someone who wants the freedom to create without being tied down to one app or phone ecosystem, this gimbal is for you. It's flexible, it's reliable, and full of little features that makes a big difference out there in the field. Is it perfect? No. But does it make creating content easier? Absolutely. Let me know what you're thinking about picking up, and if you have any questions, I'll be hanging out in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell icon, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace!